Just a quick little overview of my Nevada backcountry trip so that you can see perspective. This is a huge chunk of the country that I just did in one day, basically. Started out here at my house, here close to Dimpledale. Packed up the bike, threw the sleeping bag, Jetboil, tent, a couple of cans of chili and a pack of ramen in, and headed out. Took me a little while, jumped over to Butterfield Canyon to try and stay off main roads as much as possible. Butterfield Canyon's a really easy access road that takes you up over the Ochre Mountains. You can check out Kennecott Copper Mine. Came into Twilla, down to Stockton, and then up over this pass, which is a super fun ride and a lot of twists and turns that are easy and gradual for the adventure bike. Came into Terra, caught the sun setting. It was a little later than I wanted to be on the road, to be completely honest, but catching a sunset like this does make it kind of worth it. And the GS has such good lighting, it doesn't really make a difference. From there, I came into Dugway. For you internet people who love Area 51, Dugway is probably the real Area 51. They test a lot of military aircraft there. Had to ride some double track and then found this little riverbed that was dried out and set up the tent. Some lights up on the hill over there. Maybe you can see those. Nope, definitely can't see those with the phone. And then there's some lights over that way. But they are far away. This was the setup last night. So quiet. Couldn't stay, that had to play some music. Definitely not doing it justice with the video. You see some little town all the way off over there. It's Dugway over there. So jumped on the bike, packed up camp, and for those of you who want to know, this is a 2018 BMW R1200 GS Rally, which gives it a little more travel. Really capable bike. It's got a ton of tech on it. Keyless fob, keyless gas tank, electronic suspension adjustments. It's not a dirt bike, but it did all this stuff that's pretty bumpy, pretty rutted out really well. You can kind of see the camera. Camera's just sitting in my Moscow Moto bags, and it's really stable. It's because the suspension is like a Cadillac. Really nice. Couldn't get my camera to stay right, so it shifted over to the side, but I thought this capture of my shadow going through the desert was pretty cool. This is a super remote feeling area. Google Maps does not do it justice. It doesn't make it look pretty at all, but it's beautiful. From there, I made my way over to the Simpson Springs campground. You can see from how I zoomed out how far away it is from everything. There is actually a spring there that the horses and cattle and whatever use. I'd been wanting to find the Onaqua herd for a long time. I think that's what you call it anyway. I didn't find them, but I was coming through the road on the Pony Express, and there they were. So this is all of them. It was awesome. I just got to ride right through the middle of them. They were a little bit scared of me, as you can tell. They start kind of jogging off. I think they get rounded up by dirt bikes, so motorcycles probably aren't the best thing. But they didn't attack me, so that helps. Anyways, you can kind of hear them neighing and stuff like that, but there's a little colt. That colt was still nursing off its mom. Its mom's the white one with the brown spot there. He was trying to get milk or whatever, and she kept biting at him. I think she's probably getting a little tired of him. So some of the other horses in there were fighting. You'll see a little bit of that here in a video coming up, but yeah, I was able to get really close to these guys and just kind of feel the spirit of the West a little bit out in the middle of nowhere. Feel like a cowboy again, even though I'm riding a motorcycle. Here they are fighting. Just the coolest thing. Love that. So I had to run into Dugway after that, took some dirt roads. I was almost out of gas. I made a mistake not stopping in Tooele or something and grabbing some, but came over from Dugway. This is a really cool valley that nobody else is in, really. Notch Peak is like 10,000 feet almost, I think, but it rises up out of the valley like crazy. It's actually one of the tallest freestanding cliffs or something like that in the country. I think Half Dome or El Capitan is the only other one. Across from it is this little mountain range that is pretty cool as well. There's some good roads up into the cedar trees here that I didn't take but would like to take when I had a better idea of what the terrain was like. And then from there I rode over to Great Basin National Park. There's a nice little casino and a gas station here where you can stop and grab some fuel. That's kind of the story of this trip, grabbing fuel. I'm a little frustrated by it here, you can see. This is on the side of Wheeler Peak. You get up over a little pass there and you can see the peak. Mount Baker, way over there. Pretty sure it's Mount Baker anyways. This is Humboldt National Forest access. I'm gonna see if I can get up to Wells via back roads. Full on gas right now, so feeling a little more confident, but yeah, pretty sweet area. Once you get out of that area, come around the back side of the national park. You can see Wheeler Peak here. This is definitely the prettier side in my opinion. It doesn't look so much like a volcano, it looks like a peak. Anybody who has property over here is really lucky because it's like Montana, only no harsh winters. From there I rode over to Eli. There's a mine there that has kind of a funky look to it. Just a good landmark, and then I hopped onto a county road which would take me up into the Ruby Mountain Range. This valley was super remote, but there's a paved section of it where if I was a street racer or something, wanted to organize something fun, I'd definitely go take cars over there and race. Anyways, these are the Ruby Mountains. On the backside of this is Elko. You can see there's a bunch of wetland by it, and these are really pretty granite peaks with a ton of access up into them. You can take your car or motorcycle, obviously, or whatever in. There's also some historical landmarkers, some cabins. This is where the Donner Party cut off into to try and save time, which eventually cost them and got them caught in the Sierras later on. Dumped me back onto I-80 to go to Wells. I didn't want to. I wanted to come up the front side of the Humboldt Range, but oh well. So this just pushed forward the trip I had planned for Angel Lake. So I came up into Angel Lake, and you can see some footage here. This is a really pretty area. A lot of families come up here to fish or picnic or even some campsites, but I didn't want to pay to camp up there. I'm gonna crank up the old jet boil, get some rum going. A little more crowded than I was hoping for, but definitely a really pretty lake. From there, I came down and took a county road, a cattle road, I think. I had to keep opening up cattle guards and closing them. Wouldn't do that route again, but jumped onto the highway after that and took a look at the Front Range. There's a property right here that I want to buy for $130,000. It's 150 acres or something like that. This whole highway has a really good view of the mountains though, so probably be a really pretty spot to own property. And I jumped on I-80 again to try and get home before it got too dark. Would have wanted to stop there at the Bonneville Speed area. But yeah, that's the trip.